The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Damon Harrison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Smith going to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. 3rd down here. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Flushed out right. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And New York set to take the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. We just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now from Manning. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Geis with a carry on second down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Geis, they'll try to run it. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On the ground, Geis. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Manning going to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Now Smith. Flush to his right. Jordan Reed has it. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. Fighting to stay upright. Just keeping the play alive. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Mario Edwards in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
It's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Now Stewart on 1st down, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Manning now on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Rosas now to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing is Smith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Smith now on second down. Crowder's got it over the middle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. To return, it's Kalen Clay. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. To throw on second down is Smith. A deep ball for Dotson. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he fields it cleanly. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Manning to throw on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Giants on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Manning. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Smith on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. This one caught by Crowder. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Escaping the pressure. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Mario Edwards in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Hopkins' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Manning. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Manning now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Manning now to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. A handoff to Barkley.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Throwing now is Manning. Oh, he stays up, and he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith's still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Redskins on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be third and a mile. A shotgun snap for Smith. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Jonathan Stewart. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were